Hi everyone, Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. As always, I'm here with Ona. Hi, Ona.
Hi.
It is time for Moon Shadows, Moon Shadows. And we're
Pretty
looking
neat
at,
moon.
yes, the new moon in Capricorn. And I'm honored to have a Capricorn with me today. In fact, early birthday. Happy birthday, Ona. Your
Thank
birthday is
you.
tomorrow.
Yes. Well, yes, Wednesday, the 10th.
The 10th. It's not tomorrow. Oh,
It's
sorry, I'm a
Monday.
day ahead of myself. Excuse me. I've been doing the videos a day early, so I'm like I have no idea what day it is. Today is the 8th. And yes,
Yes.
in 2 days, Ona is going to,
Be 59.
59.
Be 59. So this is an awesome new moon.
Yes, it is.
And if you are a Capricorn, this is what I did for my birthday is I gave myself an art class for a semester to, add more discipline to my work.
And have fun.
And have fun is mostly, yeah, because Capricorn's ruled by Saturn or the devil to
Your
row.
your boss is a real, yeah. Never mind. Yeah,
So
well,
have fun.
the devil is an energy that reminds us that um you know it's not just what you acquire, it's not just how far up the ladder you get, but it's how willing you are to laugh at yourself.
Mhm.
um that's a real, like, when you're a Capricorn, you don't want to come from a place of fear because that will make you authoritarian. But if you come from a place of wisdom, it's just going to make you more and more. They say Capricorns are born old, and as they get older, they get young. And I think that's true because they let go a lot of the. We were in the pre show, we were talking about how people do things to show other people that they're better than them or whatever it is. But
Mhm.
there's this, we kind of live towards other people's expectations of what we should be instead of just being who we are.
Mhm.
And I think if we just do that, then there's going to be you're going to probably have more Capricorns in charge because they like that. So you want to have the Capricorns in charge. I know I do. Like I
Yeah.
said, I always got to have a Capricorn and a Virgo in my life because otherwise my life just
Melts.
yeah, like I'm like a rudderless ship on the great cosmic sea fishing, and it's like, hello, what? Oh, my Capricorn is reminding me of something that we live on planet Earth and that I should pay attention. And that's maybe something this new moon in Capricorn will help us do. Pay attention to life on planet Earth.
Giblets. Come here. He's barking at the window.
It's so cutie. You can't really hear him. It's kind of low when he
Okay.
barks. So don't worry. It's part of
Okay.
living the life. I have a screaming bird, a meowing cat, sometimes
You rarely hear Apollo though. He doesn't really say much. He's more of he makes noise, but he's not like screaming. Just Benny cat, Benny cat, Benny cat. Come here. I'll get him and sit him on my lap.
okay. Well, we love Jibs. I mean, what?
Oh, everybody loves the dog until you live with them. He loves the
I
dog.
think that's true of a lot of people. I don't think it's just dogs.
You're my neighbor.
Oh, hi,
Who
Jibs.
thinks this breed is that funny?
Big boy. I like the ones that talk.
There's some good ones out there, and it's true. It's like everybody laughs at them until you live underneath one or above
Yeah,
one. Or
yeah.
I had
Or
to
with
vacuum
one.
today. It was pretty bad. Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
be fine now.
Yeah, because he's in mommy's arms. He's a mama's boy. It's all
Mhm.
right, though. Nothing wrong with mama's boys.
Nice.
Um, so we have a new moon in Capricorn, and you did get message as to a crystal, right?
Yes, I did. I had time to sit down and say, okay, give me some detail about this new moon because, you know, I want to
You're
work with,
working.
even though I haven't seen you in a while because it's been cloudy. So Malachite came to me. And it was, sometimes I'm like, all right. And it just repeats itself until it's kind of ruminating. And then I kind of collected them together and really didn't have a chance to look for the meaning other than why malachite. It's, I guess, Capricorn. It comes from inside the earth. It's created, and maybe that's the relationship. Green.
That's right. Green
But
earth, earth sign, you know.
then we looked it up in the book of correspondences here, and malachite is related to the Capricorn energy and the zodiac. And in the tarot, it is related to the judgment card, which is
Which January
13.
11th,
Yeah.
2024 vibrates to the judgment card. Let me pull the chart up. We can take a look at the chart.
So if you have malachite, to carry it with you or hang it on you, put in your pocket, and if you don't, a picture, or create a picture of malachite. It seems to be the very strong. I feel very grounded.
It's a very grounding stone.
Yeah, I wear it every day. I have a bracelet with it. But it's definitely, it makes you feel grounded. And it's Capricorn, it's Earth Moon.
Yeah, and it's a solar plexus stone. It deals with the right use of will. And that what more could be said about an actuated and evolved Capricorn, but that they use their right use of will. And part of that is staying open to the divine will. Mine will, thy will, divine will. And of course, if we look at this picture I have up, we have the judgment card, which is a reminder of our divine nature. It's like, wake up from the dead, people. You are spirit as
Mhm.
well. And you have to start um, taking on the powers of spirit, which is co-creation, I think. But you have to make sure that you have to focus, like if you really want to make a change, you have to focus it from the higher realm, or from the highest possible vibration that you can hold in these cases, because it that creates more than those people who don't even know that there is a higher state. Like there's a lot of people just sort of, you know doing life with their head down and
Yeah,
following a book, and not a real book, a metaphorical book, probably, that says, in order for you to succeed, you need to do this, and this.
yeah.
I've had my experiences with that. I had a business for years. And while I wasn't like, it wasn't on fire, it was a good business and I helped a lot of people and it supported me. Um, but it's like there are lessons in that, like to, I don't know. I feel like with this Capricorn moon, one of the mantras I might say is do what you love and love what you do, and you never work a day in your life. I
Mhm.
think that would be a good mantra to have in
For
this.
the first new moon of the year.
Well, yeah, it was actually, if you go by the Chinese
Oh,
calendar, it's actually the last moon of the Chinese year.
that's
And the
right.
Chinese year was the rabbit, I think. I think it
Wood,
was a
wood
water
rabbit.
rabbit, but I can't remember. I know it was a rabbit.
Yeah.
This year was a rabbit. And this year coming, so the next time we get together for this, we'll be talking about the new moon in Aquarius, and that's the start of the wood dragon, the year of the wood dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the wood dragon is about manifestation. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that susses out, as it were. Yeah. So, but that's not until next month. So this month, we're
Yeah,
dealing
that's right.
with
February
Capricorn
is
energy.
our,
And the other
yeah.
thing about this new moon in Capricorn is this is the last new moon in Capricorn where Pluto is going to be in Capricorn.
So you better shout. You see those people shouting up at the archangel there? That's how you better, your intentions better go like, like screaming out like that, right? Also, there's no air in this chart either.
Um, just the South Node, I
Yeah.
guess, if you want to include that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Interesting. This is a chart for the US, right? And we do have the new moon in Capricorn, taking responsibility for yourself, being a leader, right? The responsibilities about being a leader, in the first house, conjunct Pluto, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Sabian symbol. It's an interesting Sabian symbol. It's a relay race. The value of competition in developing group consciousness. Wherever the symbol appears, it emphasizes the value of group cooperation and of necessary give and take. This year really is about that. It's about cooperation. And of course, as the Capricorn who runs the business knows that the better that the people within the the company get along and can they work, with each other, because the relay race is a race where you go from one runner to the next, right? It's not just like it's not a 100-yard dash where it's just one person going as fast as they can, right? That's Aries. The relay race is really kind of a Capricorn energy where it's like each person does their part and the whole team sort of wins kind of energy. And that's what this symbol talks about. We need to start making connections to we have our own thing, but you have to sort of make connections with people that vibrate like you, and they don't always have to be doing the same thing as you, right? I do astrology, I'm a chiropractor, you're a nurse, you do astrology, you do cards. We could be with somebody who vibrates similar to us that doesn't do those things. They could do something else. They could be a mechanic, they could be a musician, they could be, but we have to kind of find each other, I think. And we will find each other because I think that's the way vibration works anyway. Once you reach a certain vibrational stage, the things that you used to get involved in anymore, you don't get involved in because
Right.
you've transcended it. You don't have to. And every now and again, we go into a little dip just to remind ourselves of how far we've come.
Yeah.
But that's usually some nodal thing happening in your chart, like a south node something, or
That's,
something crosses
that's
the south
normal.
node and that ex-boyfriend turns up at your door.
Yeah, that's normal though. We have to challenge ourselves with our reaction, I think, and those themes are going to come up to see how do you react to that now? How does it make you feel? If you're still in the same place, you'll have all the resentment and anger and sadness. And if you're not, you're like, huh, all right, well
And
done.
then I also always like to look at what the ruler of the sign, where that is in the chart. Right? And so we look at
Yeah.
Pisces, of course, right? We're in Pisces. A church bazaar, the value of giving a spiritual or transcendent sanction to even the most commonplace interchanges between social persons and individual minds. So this is mindful living. This is like being able to put spiritual meaning or a higher meaning on even the most basic of things, or that whole, like, washing your hands, like chop wood, cut after enlightenment, all of that stuff that we
Yeah.
talk about. um so I think that's again, we're being called to be our best selves. We're being called to be connected to our higher self. Yeah, this is the 8 year is on the tree of life. It's the path of the
Mm.
secret of all spiritual, goodness gracious. I have it here.
You have
I,
it in front of me too.
I have to go back. Hold on one second. Uh the secret of all spiritual activities. And it's it's located here on the tree of life, and energetically that's the throat. And
Yeah,
that's where we co-create with spirit. So this is
yeah,
a highly powerful, powerful time. And I mean, the new moon in Capricorn, can you think of anything with more potential to really make a difference, I think, especially with Pluto at the end of Capricorn. I think that, and this Capricorn moon being
yeah,
conjunct that Pluto, no matter where you are, it's going to be within, 10 degrees of that Pluto, which is for Pluto is close enough. You can certainly be 10 degrees away from Pluto and certainly feel it.
yeah. And like you said, Pluto's full. It's at 29 degrees. It's full of Capricorn. It's on its way out.
Yeah, it's
More
sort of,
days, and it's a whole new generation.
yeah. And then
So,
of course its last gasp is going to be that
conjunction with the sun.
is going to be right around the presidential election.
Yeah.
Did I go too far? I did. Hold on.
Oh,
Next thing. Okay, we won't talk about the next thing. If anybody wants to know what the next thing is, I do have a video out. It's very long. It's the Astrology and Kabbalah of January. It's an hour and 17 minutes. I apologize. I was going to chop it up, but I don't know how to do that technically. But it is timestamped. So if anybody wants to know what's happening on the second week, they don't have to listen to the first 45 minutes or something, however long it took me. Anyway, sorry about that. Just a small commercial. Just a little small.
it's a busy year.
Oh my God. Yes, I'm so
Busy
excited.
year.
I haven't been this excited about a year since, I don't know, ever. I mean, no, that's not true. It has a similar feeling of when I started my practice, or when the first time I went into clinic. The first time I walked into clinic, I had my little doctor bag and I had a white coat on, and
Yeah.
it said Dr. Skirbo on the bag. And I walked in. I don't think I saw a single I was terrified. I was like, I hope nobody comes. I don't want to see a patient. But just like I felt like I mean, I must have been I felt like I was glowing, walking in there with my little bag. I was so proud because my father, of course, wanted me to be a doctor, even though I didn't know that. But I found like a baby, those baby books where they'd say, if
Oh,
you're a girl or a boy, if it's a boy, it could be a fireman, a policeman, or something, a judge or something. If it's a
yeah,
girl, it could be a housewife, secretary, or a
yeah.
teacher. Those were the options. And then there was a line under that, and my father wrote in doctor with his little
Oh,
handwriting. My father had really, really tiny handwriting because he was an accountant, and
yes,
he used to have to keep, back in the day, you would put the numbers in those little things. So he got in the habit of writing really small.
oh.
But yeah, he wrote doctor in there. I think I still have it somewhere. I'm like, wow, I didn't know you wanted to be a doctor. But yeah, that's the feeling I get about this year. That like, I got my bag, I got my doctor bag, where we going? That kind of.
Yeah, it's a good year. I'm glad. I'm glad. I like the eight idea that, it's an 8 year. The manifestation is there if the intent is good. And if it's not, like instant karma year.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yes, I mean, you don't have to come from the higher side of life. You're still going to manifest stuff. And you might even manifest what you want, but there's always going to be another side to it. And you don't want the other side to be something that necessarily is going to pummel you, you
Yeah,
know? Being good intention. I know they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but I think intentional living might be the pathway to heaven,
yeah,
because good intentions usually mean you're trying to change somebody because you think that they're doing something wrong.
yeah,
That's when it becomes the paves to hell. But we're creating heaven on earth right now. So um yeah, there's just so much potential. And whenever there's these times of great upheaval and all of that, that's when things grow. That's when it's, the energy, when things are stable, the energy is sort of stuck in this holding it together. But when it blows apart, there's all that extra energy, and you can you know, like almost like a magician, really, with your
Yeah,
focused intention, is really sort of work with that energy, and you might as well, for me anyway, I think it's most important for that energy to express itself through your heart, because then you're going to know that everything is in right order, because the heart is where the lower self and the higher self come together. So it's the only chakra really where both, in a way, both the upper and lower self is connected and
yeah,
in balance with each other. So that's really important, I think, um, when you're considering what is it that you want to build, what is it that you want to create. And I'm really psyched for you that you're taking this art class, because
mm,
you're such an artist anyway. I mean, I know
mhm.
you're a nurse, but I know really at the
Yeah,
core, you
yeah.
you are
That's
here.
my work.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's my work. My job, my career is, is the nursing profession, but my work is my art for sure. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see. You're gonna have to now share,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
your channel what you're doing, because everybody's gonna want to know.
yeah, I will. I'm gonna share there's some stuff I've already done. I made some lantern, to cover the cages and some of the fixtures, and I've done some stuff and made some paper, but I'm like ready to burst. And I'm trying to tell myself I have no expectations. Don't get yourself all pumped up, but I'm excited to do something new.
Well, if I may, and I know this isn't your chart necessarily, but Ona has her sun at 20, right? 20 of Capricorn, and her moon is at 20 of Aries. And gee, what's down at 20 of Aries right now?
I can't even.
Is that the North Node
Oh
I see?
yeah. Yep.
Talk about wanting to start something new.
Yeah.
I,
It was all truly, it was one of those like signs lead to another sign. I'm like, I want to try something different. And I saw this and I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend that much on myself on my birthday. And I think it was a day, like the day after your video, the morning videos, you show Michael's painting of the hydrangeas on the wall.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I had just picked some dried hydrangeas to put in the paper I was making. And I'm like, that's another sign. And it starts on my birthday. I'm like, all right, I could do this. I'm
I
going
can
to
do
do
that. The day after, right before a new moon.
Yeah.
Right before a new moon. I wonder what hydrangeas like is there astrological correspondences in that book too? Um,
Wait, under plants?
maybe. I
Yeah,
know, of
across
course.
the streets. I have another book that would definitely have. No, it's not in here.
Okay. Because hydrangea means water loving.
They
Is
grow all over here. They have landscaped the entire drive. Every building has some kind of hydrangea going on. So they're easy to take care of. They grow
Well,
well.
they grow well. They don't mind the cold. They like the moisture in the air, I think. Yeah. I mean, Cape Cod is known for their hydrangeas, but last year we hardly got any flowers at all. It was not a hydrangea year. So I don't know what this year is. Every year it's like different. One thing like will take,
Yes.
like some years it's like tomato central. This year it was apples. Everything was apples. There were millions of apples on all our apple trees. Even the trees that never had an apple on before. There were
Yeah.
like 100 apples. I'm like, really? 100 or more?
It's a weird cycle that happens here too. I have customers at the greenhouse who say what can they do to put in the soil? They didn't get any hydrangea flowers this year. Sometimes they just have a weird cycle.
Yeah.
If you have that weird weather pattern, like it gets hot, it gets cold, everything starts
Yeah.
to bloom, and then you have a frost in May.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think
Not
that
cool.
might have been what happened. That it was like warm and then it got cold and then it got warm again and
And
went
they shock.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're
then with
preserving
hydrangeas,
themselves.
huh?
They're preserving themselves.
Of course. I mean,
Yeah.
we all are really, right? The plants are, we are. Um, and with hydrangeas, if you cut them, you have to cut them at a certain time. And certain parts of the tree, you're not the bush you shouldn't cut. There's like a process with it. But you're
Yeah.
supposed to cut after the flowers have gone, I think you're supposed to cut them off. Oh no, that might be lilacs. Lilac.
Lilacs.
You
I
have
know lilacs, you shouldn't prune them before they bloom. You can, destroy that year's bloom or whatever.
Yeah, and after they're bloomed, that's when you have to cut them off.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they get leggy. They'll get bushier and more flowers if you do it after they bloom.
I love it.
But
So,
everything's changing now. The climate is, I think that might be something that we could even see with this new moon. I mean, we
yeah.
do also have Uranus conjunct Jupiter right after the eclipse in April. And it's trine this new moon because it's at 22 degrees of
Oh,
Taurus. So we're looking at uh, Uranus and Jupiter um, trining this new moon, which could give it like ugh, more, oomph,
and it is,
into the stratosphere.
Uranus is trining Pluto right now
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that too. Yep, yep, yep. Not exact, I think, till next year. But we certainly, it's Pluto, Uranus. I mean, they're so far out. It's already happening.
Yeah,
What we're experiencing right now is part of that. It's just not exact. Like there are things that are more in our face,
yeah.
and there are things sort of on the periphery. Yeah. Yeah, we're in the midst of like a big shift now anyway, because we
Mhm.
have the Pluto moving out of Capricorn, and then it's going to be in Aquarius, and then Saturn moves out of Pisces, and Neptune moves out of Pisces at the same time, and they conjunct at the first degree of Aries in 2026. So between now and 2026, it's things are starting, but things are also continuing to fall away. So you know, we're
More
not
air
quite.
and fire, and this is sort of Earth, this Pluto, Earth in Capricorn, Uranus is Earth in Taurus, and it's like earthy stuff. And it's like moving up a little bit.
Yeah. And when we're dealing with Pisces, the Pisces energy, it is watery in its nature.
Mhm.
But we're talking about Aries. So air, water and fire is spiritual initiation.
Yeah,
With Saturn there, we're going to create a reality. We have the capacity to create a reality with Saturn there, a new reality. And I say, let it not look like the reality most of us see when we watch the news or look out the window. Well, I mean, that's not true because I look out the window and I love what I see, but you know what I mean, like
yeah, yeah.
metaphorically out the window, people being mean to each other and all that stuff. I don't know. It seems like a waste of an opportunity to have a good time to me. You know
If
what I'm
that's what
saying?
you're looking for, that's what you're gonna find.
Yes. So,
Right?
did you want to pull some cards on this or
Yeah,
something?
you wanna, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Mhm.
Always. I always say yes to that.
What do you got? What do you got?
All right, hold on. I gotta stop my share first.
I have
I
Spirit
forgot how to
Temple
stop the share.
here. I
Oh, so
have
I just want to
Dolly.
I just want to point out I have you have used malachite and I've chosen moldavite. Malachite and moldavite. Talk about blowing yourself into the stratosphere. Those are the two ones that'll do it.
And those are the colors to kind of generate
Yeah, it's the green.
the green.
It's the green. It's the heart chakra.
And it's honestly something that in the winter time, I have more green food than anything in my refrigerator.
I
It's
tend to
not
wear
like
lemon.
Mountain Dew or anything like that, but like as much green food as I can consume in the winter time is like sunshine for me.
Yeah. Well, you need it. I mean, that's when you really, because you're not getting it from the sun, right? You need to get that vital force energy. Right? I'm sorry, what was your question? You asked me.
What kind of cards? What
I don't
kind
know. I'll leave it up to you. It's your birthday.
of animal?
Okay, you animal, you. I'm
Yeah,
looking
you're
to see
gonna
what
see
I
so
have.
many for like pictures of the dog that I think I could draw now.
Oh, good. Well,
No, I can't. He's got a weird shape.
oh,
He knows.
he doesn't have a weird. Well, if you could, aren't you doing abstract art? You should do an
It's
abstract of him.
it's still too abstract, still life to abstract the whole semester. So I know I'm gonna go straight there because really it's about a lot of it is how do I document some of the weird synesthesia stuff that's happening too? The weird colors, the mixes, like it's not just one note.
Right. You're not just painting a picture.
Not just
You're expressing an experience.
a sound, a flavor, or something. It's there. The lake is really, it's gotten some cool stuff going on.
The beauty of being in next to a body of water, like especially a lake. Oceans are a little different because they have that, waves and tides. And I know you guys have that too. So it's not like you're
Yeah, that's a big,
not with that. But there's a self-containment and a reflective quality that comes from a lake that you don't get at the ocean,
yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Like it's still the moon really shines like on the lake. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Well, it's good that I do the moon shadows and you do the moon shine, right?
So I got antelope spirit. Life is speeding up.
Wow. And ain't that the truth? And it's a two, just
It's
like
a
the
two,
day of the new.
11.
And I love those the horns look like DNA, right?
Yes.
So it's like a speeding up of the DNA.
Yeah.
We're
Interesting.
expressing, we're expressing for more of our potential,
It's
for
speeding up
more
for
of
the
our.
manifest. We're on that track for sure. That's so cool.
All right. I'm picking from the modern spellcasters deck. I'm only going to pick three right from the middle of the deck. Oh, I have my little, you see, I got my little Capricorn over here. Pan.
Yes.
And yes, that is an erection. In case
Yeah. Yeah.
I love him.
I
I've
think he
had
loves you back.
well, he seems happy. Let's see. The Ten of Swords,
Interesting.
the end of something. The Ace of Wands, the beginning of something. Oh, I
Yeah.
love this. Uh-oh, I want to stop. No, let's see. Dun-dun, dun-dun,
And
dun-dun-dun.
the tower.
And the
Wow.
Tower. So this is things are going to get blown up. Things are going to get blown up, but it doesn't necessarily. This card really is
That's
about.
a relationship with Uranus. There's the,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
There,
and this lightning is the lightning flash that you get on the tree of life when spirit, you know,
yeah.
we're in a year of divine will working through us. So we just kind of have to go uh, along for the ride. So I have a chart. I'm sorry, this is like an aside that nobody here really has to hear, but I want to bring it up to Ona. There was a guy, he was a park ranger, and he was struck by lightning 7 times in his life. And I found out what his birthday was, and we're going to be doing that chart on tomorrow at this astrology salon. If anybody
Yeah.
who knows speaks astrology wants to join us, you can join us at the
Yeah.
salon. You just have to go on my website, the seedsoftrandsformation.com, go to services, and you have an option to buy one class or 6 classes, and you get a discount for the 6 classes. But if you just want to try it out, you can just try it out. I get you have to do it like at least an hour before. So I know to look to see if anybody else besides the our regular gang, lovely people, you'll love them all, um, to include you and send you the link. So just so you guys know that that's the deal with that. But yeah, so this card reminded me of the guy who got struck by lightning 7 times. Um,
Once you're magnified, honestly, I think, I really do believe this. I mean, it changes you. And I
oh
think you
yeah.
are a conduit for more activity.
Well, most people who get struck by lightning and survive have a much better chance of getting struck by lightning again. They become like a lightning rod almost,
Yeah, like just,
like a physical lightning rod. Yeah. And we can all be physical lightning rods without actually getting struck by lightning.
I'd love to have an interview with him.
Oh, he passed away.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he died. But back in 83, I think. Well, he was born in like 1912 or something like that. It was
Oh,
years ago. All his lightning strikes were in the 70s. And we have dates on them, so we're going to look at the lightning strikes too to
wow.
but when you look at his chart, you'll go. Now I
Yeah.
knew, like, as I'm listening to this, I'm listening with Michael. I'm like, this guy's got to have this in his chart. Sure enough,
Wow.
but I'll let you figure what that might be.
That's crazy. So this new moon is happening fast,
Yes,
lightning speed, and expect like
right.
just,
Something is ending,
yeah.
and then there's all this potential for new beginnings, but it needs to come from it, and part of the new beginnings might come because of a tower moment. Not that, a person watching this will have a tower moment, but we could have a collective tower moment
Mhm.
where we go like, we're not doing this again and
Yeah,
do it differently. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see.
very
Certainly,
cool.
we know we're at the, the edge of an age here, even though we're already in it. This is just like you know, like a step up maybe,
Yeah.
or a
Take
bump,
notes.
bump in the road you have to go over slowly if you're in the car, and
Yep.
just have to look where you're going if you're walking. All right. So, sorry about that little distraction that I went through, but I had to share with Ona. So this is kind of our time to talk about other stuff as well. So we we'll try to keep it professional. Anything else that you're thinking?
That was pretty much it. Like the amber and the pine, those kinds of scents were
Oh, right. Yeah,
coming
you didn't
too.
mention, yeah, you mentioned that to me, but I don't think we talked about it.
And look at my phone just started ringing. I begin spam calls all day long. Everybody's back to work today. But yeah, opening that third eye, pineal, that
Yes.
and the amber together, which is pine resin.
Yes. Ancient
So
Minoism. Yeah. 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 So yeah,
that's
and it's
what
and
came
and
up.
amber is connected to the ancestors and the ancient
Yes.
knowledge. So one of the other things, yeah, I
Here.
might want to mention is that this really is a time of accessing what you already know, even if you don't realize you know it yet. Like open up to the wisdom of your past and the wisdom of your past lives. And because we're all waking up,
Yep.
it's like, who knows? Some of us may wake up and finally be able to play the piano.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
Yes, I think we need more piano players out there. Everybody singing, dancing, and playing an instrument. That's how you get to heaven, I think.
Someday. I got my tambourine up there.
All right, cool. Yeah, I could see you,
Shaking the
little
tambourine.
Strega, little Strega in her kitchen with her tambourine, raising up the energy as she's making managot. I could see it.
I do. I have been. I've been practicing more of that mindful kind of cooking thing and blessing
Yep.
stuff. The bread, I made some bread, pizza dough, and holding the Reiki energy onto the water as I'm reading the recipe and stuff. I'm trying to do more of that.
Yeah, you're charging things
And
with
part of the
energy.
food.
And it'll be healthier. Even if you're eating McDonald's hamburger, which of course I know neither one of us do, if you charge it,
Yeah,
better for
if
you.
you try charging stuff like that, it's a sting. It's
So
seriously,
you'll know.
it's different. It feels different. It feels different, but the stuff that you create and that kind of thing, I'm trying to be more mindful on. I think that's kind of a neat thing to do, to just know that when you're offering it to somebody, because I've been sharing food with people for, at work and stuff, it's truly blessed.
Yeah,
That's what I'm offering you. It truly is.
that's the magic.
Mhm.
That is the magic. And
Yeah,
so very practical and pragmatic as the Capricorn is.
yeah, yeah,
Well, this has been a gas, man. A gas. As always.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Do you have anything you want to mention or
I don't think so. I think I'm just, no,
she's
no,
just promising us
yes,
some
more
art,
art,
more art, more art,
more
more art,
rooftop.
more art. Okay. And I just want to mention that I'm going to be having a beginner's astrology class again and an introduction to the Kabbalah. These are the introductory courses that'll help you understand my work better, the kind of stuff that I do. And if you want to learn how to do that, I teach that as well. But first what is that? You gotta crawl before you walk, before you
Yep.
run, before you fly. And so you can email me if anybody's interested in that. I'm going to start in February. I think I might wait till after the new moon to start though, which isn't that far into February. I think it's like happening on the second week in February. So, with the wood dragon, get the wood dragon, stoke the wood dragon, as it were, for
Love it.
February. All right, guys. Well, we love you. I love you, Ona.
Me
Thank you
too.
for
Thank you.
thank you for being my balance, my Capricorn and the Cancer over here.
Yep. We're at the Cancer Capricorn thing again.
That we're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. All right, guys, we love you. Have a wonderful month. Next time we see you will be for Moonshine,
Yeah.
Ona's channel. Keep your ears peeled for that. I'll mention it too in my morning ramblings. But I will see you tomorrow night when we look at the ranger who got struck by lightning 7 times.
I'll bring snacks.
Good idea.
Okay.
No, but no white lightning and nothing like that. Okay, none of that. None of that stuff. I don't even know what that is.
I think it's alcohol. I don't have any, but
Yeah,
it's an alcohol friendly salon.
it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't like drunks necessarily,
No.
but you can feel very relaxed. There's no judgment, and we just have a lot of fun and we learn a lot. We learn a lot. We've got some really good people in this group, and
Yeah.
they're pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Sharp in the best possible way. Of course, Ona's there, so we know.
It's fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care, everyone. Namaste. 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 Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm still leaving.
I'm saying have a nice day.